Welcome to this explainer. You know, if you've ever looked at the English language and thought, man, this is just a chaotic, unpredictable mess of letters, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you that English isn't actually a giant guessing game? It's really more of a secret code. And once you understand the underlying patterns, you can unlock almost any word you encounter. Today, we're going to break that code together by looking at the absolute most foundational building blocks of reading, vowels and syllables. We're starting right at square one, so whether you're learning to read yourself or helping someone else out, you are in the perfect place.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to start with the golden vowel rule, then tackle closed syllables and short sounds, open syllables and long sounds, and we'll wrap it all up with 1- and 2-syllable words.
All right, section 1, the golden vowel rule. So, before we start slicing words into pieces, we really need to understand the one thread tying our whole language together. Think about it. Out of all the thousands of words in the dictionary, from tiny little ones like it or a, all the way to massive ones like encyclopedia, what does every single English word have in common?
The answer? A vowel. That's right, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Every single word just absolutely must have at least one of these. If consonants are the bricks of a word, well, vowels are the mortar holding the whole thing together. Without a vowel, you literally do not have an English word. They are the absolute master keys to deciphering the code.
And this brings us to a super important concept, the syllable. Simply put, a syllable is just a part of a word that contains exactly one vowel sound. Since every word needs a vowel, every single syllable has to have at least one vowel sound acting as its anchor. It's kind of like a single beat or a clap in a word. And right at the heart of every one of those beats is a vowel, powering the sound.
Moving right along, section 2, closed syllables and short vowel sounds.
Now that we know vowels are basically the engines of our syllables, we've got to look at their environment. Because, get this, the letters surrounding a vowel completely change the sound it makes. So visualize this for a second. Imagine a consonant is a heavy door at the end of a room. When that door is shut, whoever is inside is blocked in. Keep that mental image in your back pocket because it's going to make our first major reading rule incredibly easy to remember. Enter the closed syllable. This is when you have only one vowel and it's followed by at least one consonant. That consonant at the end, it acts exactly like that heavy door we just pictured. It literally closes the door on the vowel. And because the vowel is trapped in there by the consonant, it can't stretch out and shout its name. It gets cut off, so it makes a short, crisp sound. Let's look at some examples. Take the word on. It has one vowel, O, and it's closed in by the consonant N, so it makes that short sound, on. Or the word itch. The vowel I is closed in by consonants there at the end, so it makes a short sound too, itch. The huge takeaway here is that whenever you see a single vowel trapped by a consonant at the end of a syllable, your brain should automatically expect that crisp, short vowel sound. All right, let's flip the script. Section 3, open syllables and long vowel sounds. So let's see how this builds when we completely change up the environment. What happens if we take that heavy consonant door away entirely? Well, the door is literally open. There is nothing blocking the vowel anymore. No heavy consonant shutting it in. The vowel is completely free to look out into the world. We call this an open syllable. In an open syllable, there's only one vowel, and it sits right at the very end of the syllable. Because the door is wide open and nothing is blocking it, the vowel gets to stretch its legs out and proudly shout its own name. This is what we call a long vowel sound. So, if the vowel is an A, it literally says A. If it's an O, it says O. Now, what's really interesting about this is seeing them side by side. On the left, we've got the word got. The O is closed in by the T. The door is shut tight. So short sound, got. But look over on the right. If we just drop that T, the door swings open. The O is at the very end now. It can say its name, turning into the word go, with that long, stretched out O sound. Got, go. Let's do one more quick comparison to really lock this in. On the left, hen. The E is trapped by the N, short sound, hen. On the right, we take the N away, doors open, the E shouts its name, E. The word becomes he. Seriously, This simple mechanical switch, asking is the door closed or open, is the master key to reading thousands of basic English words.
Which brings us to Section 4, 1- and 2-syllable words.
Okay, now that you've totally mastered both closed and open syllables, we have everything we need to start decoding slightly bigger words. I know it's super common to feel a bit intimidated when words start getting longer, but how do we actually read them? We just break them down into these exact same simple syllables. A big word is really just a bunch of small, open and closed syllables stacked together, kind of like Lego bricks. If you can read got and you can read he, you can absolutely read two-syllable words.
To do this, we use what are called syllable division patterns, and the very first one we teach is the VCCV pattern. In reading instruction circles, this is affectionately known as the rabbit rule. This rule applies to words where you have two consonants sitting right next to each other, right in the middle, separating two vowels, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, VCCV. When you stumble across a VCCV word, you just follow 3 incredibly simple steps. Step 1, spot the two vowels in the word. Step 2, look at the two consonants sandwiched between them, and literally just draw an imaginary line to divide the word right between those two middle consonants. Step 3, look at the two chunks you just created. Because you split the consonants, both syllables end in a consonant. The doors are closed, so you just read those two closed syllables with their short vowel sounds.
Let's see this in action. Take the word rabbit. The vowels are A and I. The consonants in the middle are B and B. We just chop it right down the middle between the B's. That gives us rab, doors closed, so short A, and bit, door closed, short I. Put them together, rabbit. Same exact thing with the word below it. Vowels A and I, consonants P and K in the middle, divide right between the P and the K. Boom, two closed syllables, nap and kin, napkin. Honestly, it's just so logical once you see it.
And this brilliantly illustrates why learning the code is so much better than just trying to memorize a bunch of words. Because once you know the rule, you can read words you have literally never even seen before, even completely made-up nonsense words. Check this one out. You've definitely never seen it, but you can read it. Find the vowels, O and E. Consonants in the middle are M and L. Divide right between them. First syllable, ZOM. The M closes the door, so short O, ZOM. Second syllable, LET. The T closes the door, so short E, let. ZOMLET. See? You just perfectly read a completely made-up word just by using the rabbit rule.
You know, you've just learned the absolute most vital foundations of the English language today. You know that every single syllable needs a vowel. You know that consonants act like doors, closing them makes short vowels and opening them makes long vowels. And you know exactly how to split VCCV words right down the middle. So, now that you hold the keys to open and close syllables, what new words are you going to decipher next? The whole world of reading is opening up for you. Just keep looking for those open and closed doors.